Hi everyone, welcome to this video. In this video, we are going to discuss set 2 of the practice problem where we have 10 questions. This set was actually shared on Saturday and so we are uploading the solution on Tuesday. I hope you have attempted this particular questions. The set 2 was relatively easier as compared to set 1. So I'll walk through all the 10 questions. There are a lot of questions that we have already covered, so I will not be explaining each of the question with architecture diagrams. So there are a few of the questions I have already covered in my previous videos, so you can refer there. So let's start with the discussion. Now we are here with the question number 1. Create a Python program to count the number of digits in a given integer. Alright, we have done this type of problem if you guys remember. So let me just clear this particular port. So what we do in this kind of particular problem is that, for example, let's say we have a number 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, so we divide it. So we have the quotient, we have the remainder. Okay, so initially quotient is 1 2 3 4 5 and the step is 0. Okay, and remainder is 0. So at step 1, what we do, we divide by number 1. Okay, so what we do that 1 2 after this it becomes 1 2 3 4 and the quotient become 1 2 3 4, remainder becomes 5. In the step 2, quotient become 1 2 3, remainder becomes 4. In step 3 it becomes 12 3, and step 4 it becomes 1, it becomes 2, and step 5 it becomes 0, it becomes 1. And then we calculate how many steps have we done, and for each of the for each of this we just count the number. So every time we divide by 10, we basically increase that count. So I'll just start building the code here. So let us say initially my count is equal to 0. Okay, and okay, so what I'm doing, I'm using a while loop here. So while, and let me do a quotient, QUO is equal to nums. Okay, so while QUO is greater than 0. Okay, so while this is greater than 0, what I will be doing is that QUO is equal to QUO divided by quotient 10. Okay, and every time I take a quotient 10, I do a count is equal to count plus 1. I don't need to worry about the remainder, and so eventually if I do a print of count, I'll be getting 5, right? So there are 5 digits and I got the 5 number. So this was my first question. It's pretty simple, which I have explained it earlier as well. Now let's come to the question number 2. Write a Python program using a for loop to count the frequency of each character in a given string. This type of question we have done earlier as well, but let me explain you again. Of course, I mean, just a second. So let me clear this board. So what is the architecture that we follow for when you have to count the frequency? For example, let's say we have the name data sense, right? And I want to count the frequency of each. For example, D, A, T. So how do I go about when I have to write down the frequency? So I'll start from the first element. I will see. So initially I have a blank dictionary. Okay, I will see the first letter D. Now D is not present here, so what I will do, I will increase, put it the value 1. Okay, now A is not there, so I'll put the value of A equal to 1. Now T is also not there, I'll increase the value of T to be 1. Then A was present there, so what I'll do, I'll increment the value of A by 1. Okay, now I move to S is not there, so S will become 1. E is not there, so E will become 1. N is not there, N will become 1. Then S is there, so it will become plus 1, and E is present in this, so we will just append it. So final dictionary will look like that: D is 1, A is 2, T is 1, S is 2, E is 2, N is 1. This is the final dictionary. So what we are doing, we are traversing to this from the start. If this element is present in dictionary, I'm I'm incrementing it by 1. If it is not present, I'm putting it equal to 1. So this is the logic that we will be using in building this particular algorithm. So let's say I do frec is equal to this. Initially, let's say I don't know the frequency. Okay, so what I will do for I in p input underscore string. Okay, for I in this, if I in frec, if I is present in frec, so what will I do? Frec of I, so frec of I I'll do equal to plus equal to 1, and if it is not, else frec of I equal to 1. Okay, and then I will just print frec. So I got this p2y1, and this is how I got the result. So it is a simple question. I have done it like we have done it multiple times. So it should be on your tips right now. Even if it is not, just try to understand the architecture, how we actually solve this type of particular question. So welcome to question number 3. Now the question number 3 is interesting one. Create a Python program using a nested loop to print a pyramid pattern of stars based on input number of rows. So what does it say? For example, we have 5. So how it will look like? There will be a star like this, then there will be a star, then there will be a star like this. So right, so 1 2 3 4 5 in 1 2 3 4 5 it will increase, and so 1 2 3 4, and the last row will look like this, 3 4 5. The pyramid will look like this. So this is what we need to print actually. So there are two things here. If you look, initially you might think how to generate this, but let's go row by row. Okay, so let's see in the row 1, what do we have? We have this. Okay, in row 1 we have this particular star with us. Now in row 2, if I come in row 2, what do I have? I have 3 stars. Okay, in row 3 I have 5 stars. 2 3 4 5. In row 4 I have 7 stars. 2 3 4 5 6 7. And in row 5 I have 1 2 3 4 5 6 up to. So here we have 1 star, here we have 3 5 7 9. Okay, so what does it mean? It means that it is, so let's the rows starting from 0 1 2 3 4. Okay, so if you have to tell me the number of stars in any row, number of stars in any row, what will that be? Stars as per row number, so what will that be? It will be 2 into row number plus 1. Correct? Here row number is 0, so 2 into 0 plus 1, which is equal to 1. Here it is 2 into 1 plus 1, this is equal to 3. Here 2 into 2 plus 1 equal to 5, and so on. Okay, so we will need this formula. Okay, and apart from this, there is one more thing here. There are trailing spaces. Present in. So if you see, if we are printing 2 rows, for example, just row 1 and row 2, how many? So if, for example, number of rows are 2, okay, so how many spaces are before this first? There is one trailing space. This is also there, but I'm counting the spaces before the star. Okay, so now let's say you increase row to 3. So what will happen? 1 2 3 4. So how many spaces will be there? So there will be one space like this. Okay, so as your number of rows is increasing, your number of trailing spaces is also increasing. So that is the main concept there. So we will now start. So this is called rows minus I. So for example, if number of rows is 2 and I is 0, so number of trailing space will become rows minus I minus 1. Okay, so this will become my number of trailing spaces. So now I will go to the to print in this particular thing. So let us say I have value rows equal to 5. Okay, so what I do, that for I in range, now I have to vary it from 1 to row. So how it will be rows plus 1. Okay, because I have to iterate till number of rows. So what I'm doing is, first of all, I'll do print spaces. I have to print spaces. So how will I do that? To print the number of spaces, I will have to further create for j in range rows minus I, basically rows minus I. Okay, and now what I will be doing, print, I have to print what? Blank spaces. Okay, so print blank spaces, and so that your term finishes in this line only, you have to end it with a like this, because if you don't provide, it will keep on printing till the end, so that you don't want. And now I want to print my stars, so print stars, I want this. So what I will do, for k in range 2 into I, my plus, it will be 2 into I, and it will go till -1. Okay, and so what I'm doing here, print, so what I have to print star, and end equal to, I'll do like this so that it ends at a point. And now I will basically move to the next line. So I'll do yeah, I think this is done. So okay, to move to the next line, I will have to do print, right? So basically I have to move to the next line. I'll do something like this, and this is the way I'm generating the now for example, let's say I change the value of rows to 7. Okay, it will generate me all the stars. So that's what that's what the main thing is. First of all, you should know how many number of stars are there, and how I'm generalizing the number of trailing spaces which are present before. So for example, if number of rows is 3, the number of so if number of rows is 3, how many trailing spaces are there? 1 2, number spaces become 2. Okay, so it becomes n minus I. If number of this is rows is 4, it becomes 1 2 3, it becomes 3. So a number of spaces. So you need to evaluate how many how I'm calculating this range, how I'm calculating this range. You need to figure that out, and then you will be able to print this particular case. So this is a fairly simple question. The main thing is to calculate how this particular thing is printing. So thanks. So that's the question number 3. Hi everyone. So now we will move to question number 4. Question number 4, I think we have done a lot of times. It's a similar question that that we have encountered earlier as well. It's a very basic, write a Python program using a for loop to print the first n odd numbers. So how do we print, tell me, how do we print first n numbers? For example, what we do, we pick a simple range, that for a in range, let's say we want to print first 50. Okay, means the max number will be first 50 odd numbers. So numbers will, let's go till 100. Okay, let's put it till range 101. Okay, now what will happen, it will take numbers from 1 to 100. Okay, so for a in this, let's first of all print a. Once I do this, I'll be getting all the numbers from here to 100. Now what I need to do, I need to print the first 50 odd numbers. So what will I do? If a percentage 2 is not equal to 0, okay, so if a percentage 2 is not equal to 0, then print a. So this we will do this, and so see, we got 1 3 5 7, something like this. Now suppose you want to just append in a list. So what you do, let's say you create odd is equal to, you create a blank list. So now what you will do, simply odd dot append, and you what you will append a. Okay, and now if you just print odd, you will have all these numbers in form of a list. So that is the question number 4. So let's discuss the question number 5th now. It is a very good question, but we have done similar type. We have done a question of where we had 3 integers, right? So given an array nums of n integers, return an array of all unique quadrupeds where of course these numbers are greater than 0, less than n, they all are distinct. This is very important. We need distinct numbers, and their sum is equal to target. So we have multiple criterias. First is that their sum should be equal to target. Second is they all need to be distinct, and you may return the answer in any order. Okay, so along with this we need to ensure distinct as well, and we have similar things. So I will walk through the architecture of this question. Please watch it. This is very important question for your understanding. I mean, I'm not sure if this will be asked in interview, but you should know this. So for example, let us say you have n is equal to so let's say you have this whole big array. Okay, so let us say 1 2 3 4 5 and 6. Okay, and let's add one more as well, 7, and let's add one more as well, 8. Okay, so let us say we have 1 0 3 -1, let's say -2, again let's say 3, again let's say 1, again let's say we can name it anything, let's say 2. Okay, now we are given a criteria. We are, let's say that the sum is equal to the we have to get I, j, k, l such that I plus j plus k plus l is equal to something. For example, let's say the sum, for example, let's say sum is 5. Let's say the sum has to be 5. This is the first criteria, and the second criteria has to be that I, j, k, l need to be different, right? For example, you cannot have like 1 and 1 twice. So for example, you cannot have like 1 1 2 and 3 and 0. Suppose you cannot have this because 1 is these are identical. So we want all the distinct numbers only. So that is the thing which we need to address in this particular question. So how are we going to solve this question? The first method is by default is brute force method. So first is brute force method. I'm not going to explain the brute to code in the brute force method. It will be in the time complexity O and 4. Why? Because there are 4 variables. So you will do, first of all, you'll start I from here, then you'll start j from here, k from here, l from here, right? So you will do for I in range something, right? Then you will do for j in range something, k in range something, l in range something. Then you will start coding. But this will result in O n raised power 4 time complexity, and this is not advisable. So we have to figure out another way, that can we solve it using any other better time complexity or not. So there is a solution. If you remember the one where we were talking about the n cube time, the 3, where we had 3 variables, right? What we did, we picked the first variable and we tried a 2-pointer algorithm in the other. So here also what we will do, we will pick I here, we'll pick j here, and for the remaining we will be doing 2-pointer algorithm. Okay, so what will happen, this is n, this is n, and this is n. So there is, our result will come in O n cube time complexity, and this is the best we can do for this question. So first of all, we need to understand the time complexity. Okay, so how are we going to do that? Because we have been asked to do the distinct as well. We have been asked to generate distinct results. So we will be using we'll create, for example, we will iterate. First of all, we will create we'll create quadruplets. Okay, then what we'll do, we'll pass them into set to check if they are distinct. Okay, to ensure they are distinct. And before that, one more thing we need to do is to check all elements I, J, K are distinct, right? So we will be ensuring this while coding this particular question. So I'll jump to the question directly, and we will start understanding the concept from there. Okay, so let's take this example. For example, let's say we have this particular example. Okay, so we have nums and we have target. So first of all, I want to store the length in n. So let me do n is equal to length of nums. Okay, let me store it. Just I'm ensuring and my final result I'll print in a list. I'm keeping that, and what I'm doing, I'm creating a unique thing which is equal to set. I'm creating a blank set. We'll be adding things to this later on. So I will talk about first. Now let's start discussing the first point. First of all, we need to declare I here. Okay, so I will declare I will range from 0 to n. I'm technically n minus 1, but we'll write it down 0 to n. So what will happen? So not n, it has to be n minus 3. So because see, there are 4 elements, so I can only go up to here. So I can go up to here. So if this is n, this is n minus 1, n minus 2, n minus 3. So I can go up to this point. I cannot go up to this point because we are ensuring all our distinct results. So for what we are doing, that for I in range n minus 3. So n minus 3. So this is the outer loop. Okay, this is the outer loop. And what do I need to do to ensure? I need to ensure that we are tracking all the we are ensuring I'm not tracking any duplicate element. Okay, so what I have to add an additional criteria here if I have to track that I'm not using any duplicate value. So what I'll do, for example, so let's say I start from I equal to 0 here. Okay, so what if in my result set next number is identical? For example, let's say this is 1, this is 1. Okay, let's say in my result set next number is identical. So what I'll be doing, if I is greater than 0 and nums is if the next number that I'm adding here, if it is matching the previous one, then I will skip it. So to skip, I will use the continue, right? So what I will be doing here is, if I is greater than 0, for example, okay, and nums of I is equal is equal to nums of I minus 1. So what is happening, that if I encounter, for example, if anywhere in this in this scenario I encounter a number which is matching with the previous number, I will skip it and I will move to the next one, because I don't want same I again. I don't want 1 and for I don't want like 1 and again 1, something like that. Okay, so what I will do, how to skip a particular thing is called, we use continue method. So what continue does, that whenever it will encounter this, it will terminate the loop from here only. It will not take the further iteration. It will move to the next iteration. Okay. Now similarly we need to do for j as well. So for j in range, for j, now j will vary from I plus 1. Okay, and it will go till n minus 2. Okay, and what are we doing? Again, here also we'll use the same condition. If j is greater than I plus 1 and nums of j is equal to nums of j minus 1. If it is equal, what we will do, we will again skip this. So we are using continue. We're skipping this iteration. Okay, so now we have got our 2 outer loops. Now we need to declare our 2 pointers. So two pointers will be, first is left and second is right. So first will become right, left will become your what will be your, it will be j plus 1, because now we are talking about that, and the last point will be n minus 1. So this is the declaration of variables so far. Now what is the criteria for if you remember two pointer, while left is less than right, we'll do while left is less than right. Now we need to decide a total. What is the total? It has to be nums of I plus nums of j plus nums of left plus nums of right. This we need to do. Okay, so this much I am good. Now we'll put the various criterias. If our total is equal to target, so what will be, if I've got the total equal to target, then means I have to get a quadruplet, right? So what I will do a quad which is equal to I'll create a tuple, maybe nums of I comma nums of j comma nums of left comma nums of right. Okay, so this is what we have done here. So this part is clear to us, and okay, now we have created. Now what will happen? We want to check that the for the quadruplet that we have created, it is, if it is not it has to be unique, right? We need to get the unique results. So what we will do to check the unique, if quad not in my unique quadruplets, that is which I've created the set here, if it is not present in this set, okay, then I will do unique dot append. So unique dot sorry, because it's a set, so we need to add unique dot add, and I will be adding this quad. Okay, so I did this part, and finally if I've added something in this, what I will do, I'll update my result. My result will get updated dot append. If this is true, I'll update it to be in there. Okay, so it will be nums of I plus nums of j plus nums of k, sorry, no, plus nums of left plus nums of right. Okay, and we'll close this. Okay, so this one we have created. Okay, so okay, so this much part we have done. Now what do I do is okay, I've appended. Okay, I'll do one thing then. While then I have to check if, yeah, so that is what I'm thinking, that if now I need to check if there are any cases where this, because we ensured the equality for I and j if they are matching anywhere, and that's way if I is matching anyone, I'm just using continue to skip that part. But what if left and right also generate the same result? So what I will do to exclude them, while left is less than right, while left is less than right, and let's say nums of left, if my left number encounters a new one, left is equal to nums of, if this is equal to right one, technically, so left plus 1. If this happens, so what I will do, I'll increase my value. I'll keep on incrementing till I reach the near value. Okay, and similarly I'll do for the right one as well. While left is less than right and nums of right is equal to nums of left plus 1, nums of right minus 1, sorry, enums of right minus 1. If again this is equal, what I will do, right minus equal to 1, minus equal to 1. So minus equal to 1, this I have done. So please bear with me with while I'm writing the code, because I am also, this is a little bit complex code as I mentioned. Now what I will do, left plus equal to 1 and right plus equal to 1. Okay, okay, this left plus equal to 1 and right minus equal to 1, not plus, minus equal to 1. Okay, so I have got till here. Now comes the main point. If this is not the case, then I will be using else, sorry, elif. So if my total let's say is less than target, my total is less than target, so what I will do, left plus equal to 1, right, and else right minus equal to 1. This is the what we do in two pointer approach. And once you have done this, so I think this should result. Let me print result. Let's check if this is working. So left plus equal to 1, invalid syntax. Let me, okay, I need to get rid of this. Okay, so yeah, I just actually stopped the video to check what was the error with my code. So basically, yeah, I had to sort the array at the first. I didn't sort that part, and after that code started working. So yes, we are good with the code. So just let me walk you through the code. I know this is little bit complex code. So what I have done exactly here is, okay, let me just zoom in. So first of all, you will take the nums. Okay, you need to sort the data first to take care of the, so you need to sort the data first to take care of for example, if when values will be same, right? So to take care of that, we'll sort the data first. Not to do in the lesser time complexity, first we declare a variable I and then j. Okay, and to avoid the duplicate, we are using this condition that if you see any duplicate, you just pass this, you just skip this iteration. Okay, so we have used this condition. Now inside this we have used left pointer and right pointer. Okay, so in the left point, what we do with j plus 1 and n minus 1. So the first criteria, what we do, we store a total. Okay, now the first thing is that we do if my total is equal to target. So till this point I am doing, if my total is equal to target, what I need to do, first of all, I will add that quadruplet and I will check if that quadruplet is existing in my unique set or not. If it is existing in my unique set, not, then I'll add it and I will add it to my result table. Okay, final result table. Okay, and now what I have to do, because now it is equal, now I have to move to the next part. So I will check if I'm getting duplicates here as well. If I'm getting duplicates, I will move forward, move backward depending upon the thing, and I will correspondingly adjust my left and right pointers. If my total is less than target, that we by default do in the two pointer approach, I will increase my left pointer, and if my total is greater than target, I will reduce my right pointer to arrive at the result. So this is what should be the result for the question number 5. So I know this is little bit tricky, but it's fine. I mean, I'll share the code with you guys as well, or maybe you can just practice, just watch me doing this and try to build things on your own as well. Okay, so code on your own while looking at the solution, it will help you to understand. If you still don't get it, let me know, because even I was doing this question after a long, and it took me some time to figure out. I also did some errors, so it's totally fine. This is just for a practice to understand how things work. Okay, so this was the question number 5. So let us solve the question number 6 now. It says that given an integer array nums and integer k, return the kth largest element in the array. Note that it is the kth largest element in the sorted order, not the kth distinct element. So it should be pretty simple, I think. This is nums. Okay, nums is equal to what? Let's do this. Forget k right now. What we do, we want the kth largest element. So what we will do, nums dot sort, and we do reverse equal to true. Okay, and now let me print nums. What do I get? 654321. I want the second largest value. So what I will simply do, I'll simply do nums of, I want second largest, mean I want 1 2, right? So first element, so technically it means nums of 1. So if I want the kth largest, I will do k minus 1, as simple as that. And let's say k's value is 2. So if I want sorry, it has to be nums. Okay, now let's say I want the fourth largest. I'll just simply do this and I'll get the 3. So that's how you get the kth largest value from a array. So let us come to the question number 7. It is a very like one of the most famous and frequently asked question in interviews, that given integer array nums and integer k, return the k most frequent elements. Okay, which are the k most frequent elements? So in this particular list, for example. So how do we do that? What is the procedure to do this? So let's do, we have n is equal to 1 1 1 2 2 3. Okay, we know that 1 is appearing 3 times, 2 is appearing 2 times, and 3 is appearing 1 times here. Okay, so technically what we need to do, can you relate what data structure is this? Can this be, this is a dictionary. This is a dictionary that we are having, where we have element and we have its frequency. Okay, so what we will be doing, the first step will be to create a dictionary of frequency. Okay, so in dictionary what will be there? Element, and corresponding to this element there will be its frequency. Okay, so we'll be having this particular part. So now once we have this, then we will sort this particular dictionary on frequency, and after this, once we sort this like on frequency, and similar to the previous question, we will do a slicing or basically a list comprehension to get the most frequent values. Okay, so that's the overall structure of the question. Now let's discuss how do we generate the dictionary. So we have done this thing multiple times here. So for example, let's say we have nums is equal to this. So there are multiple methods to do this. You can directly do with using a library as well, but I'm just telling you the approach. I've explained it earlier as well. So first of all, create a blank dictionary. Frec is equal to, so you create a blank dictionary like this. Okay, now what you do, that for a in nums, okay, now we are iterating through nums. If a in frec, if this number is present in frec, okay, so what do we do? Let's say in frequency table we already have this number, that for example 1, we already saw this number, so we have to increase its frequency by 1. Okay, so what we will do, frec of a plus equal to 1. Okay, and if we are seeing it for the first time, what we will do, frec of a equal to 1. So this is what we will do. If I just print frec now, let's see what we get. We got the frequency. 1 is 3 times, 2 is 2 times, 3 is 1 times. Okay, but this order can vary. I mean, this is not necessary that always it will be on the it doesn't mean it will always be in the same order. Now I want to sort this this particular thing. So what I will do, a good approach is using list comprehension. I have not told this concept earlier, so please learn it while the solution of this video only. So what I will do, I'll create for example frec 2. Okay, so what I will do, that okay, so I have to use a method called sorted. Okay, and I have to sort this dictionary based on I have to sort this dictionary based on the second part, that is frec dot items. So right, what I will be doing is frec dot items. Okay, so if I do frec dot items, what will I get? I will get access to both key and value. Okay, so what will be my key on which I have to sort? So we have to, there's a lambda function which we'll be using. So in lambda, what we do basically, lambda is approach through which you perform some operations in a list or something. So right now understand that way. Okay, and we are what we are doing, we are sorting this. So we are sorting this based on what? We are sorting this based on my second element, values. So see, a dictionary has key and values, right? Key and values here. So we are sorting on the second part. So what we will do, y1, by this y, or you can name a, it's totally up to you. So y, so key is your y n 1. Okay, and do I want reverse equal to true? Yes, I want reverse equal to true. So this becomes this thing, and now what we have to do, we have to basically use a sorted function on this. So sorted, and we use a tuple like this. So you have to learn this method, how to sort dictionaries are sorted using this, where you use sorted function on them. So first of all, you provide that, okay, I have to sort the items of dictionary. Then the second part is, what do you want to sort, using key or using value? So value is the second part, so that's why we are using y1. If it were first part, I would have done y0 if I have to sort it based on key. So remember, dictionary can be sorted based on key as well and value as well. If we have to do by key, you do 0. If you have to sort by value, you do 1, and you pass reverse equal to true. Okay, so I have sorted this already. For example, let's say increase the, let's say 5, something like this, and 5 5 5 5 5. Okay, now you will realize the importance of this. Okay, so we got 6, 5 is 6. Now when you sort this, so which is the most frequent element? It is 5. Okay, so when we sort this, when we print frec 2, so let's see what will come. When we print frec 2, 5 will come first, although 5 is less than 6, but frequency of 5 is greater. Okay, so that is what we do. So 5 number comes, we convert it into tuples, so we have got this particular thing. Now, okay, so now I have to get the, so even if I, let's say, okay, now what I need to do, I need the what my question is, question says k most frequent elements, right? I want the k most frequent elements. Okay, so what I will be doing, let's say top k, top underscore k, that should be equal to what? So I have to create a list, right? So now I want, tell me, I want this, right? I want the first part of this. So for each item, I want the first part. So what I will be doing is a 0. Okay, for a in this. Okay, for a in what is this name, frec 2. Okay, and what do I want? I only want, do I want all the a's, or I only want up to k? So I only want up to k, so that's why I will use a k here. And this is how I will generate. Now let me print top underscore k. Okay, so I got 5612. These are the first. So what is the value of k? I didn't provide k, right? So let's say k is equal to 2. K is equal to 2. Now if I run, so I got 5 and 6, which are the most, which are two most frequent elements in this. So these two things are new for you. This thing is basically new for you. This is just, we are doing list comprehension using tuples, right? This we have done earlier as well, and this part is something new for you. You can learn it, how to sort a dictionary. So I didn't tell you this earlier, but because dictionary can be sorted in two ways, so that's what you need to remember. This is a new concept for you. So now we are done with the question number 7. So welcome to the question number 8. Now the question says, write a Python program to remove all instances of a specific value from a list, return the new length of the list. Okay, so we have to delete the instances and then return the new length. So let's say we have this particular list for, so how are we doing? Let's say n is equal to 3, 2, and then we have let me check. It is 223423. Okay, it is 2 2 3. So it is 2 2 2 3 4 2 3. Okay, 3 4 2 3. So the list is like this. So what you want to do is you want to remove all occurrences of 3. So value equal to 3 you want to remove. Okay, you want to remove this, you want to remove this, you want to remove this. So what you will do is so assume, let's say initially there is I equal this is a I pointer which is varying from 0 to 6, 0 1 2 3 4 5 6. Okay, this is here. Now what you will be doing is that you will initiate a new pointer, let's say j. It'll start it with equal to 0. J should be equal to 0 now. So you will go to each of the element first. Okay, so you will check if that number is not equal to, for example, if that number is not equal to 3. Okay, then what you will do, you will update j, you will update nums of j, will update nums of j to equal to nums of I. Okay, and in the end part, so let's say here we didn't do it, here we don't do any change, here we go, so here j still remain to be equal to 0. Okay, so because this is equal to 3, so we will not update it, j will remain to be 0. But where we come, we say, so we will increase, so this will become j equal to 1. Okay, and this will become j equal to 2, here j will become equal to 3, here j will become equal to 4. Okay, and we will not update j whenever value 3 is observed there. And in the end, what we will do, we will change the nums, this to be equal to nums of from 0 to, for example, j. That is what we are going to do. Okay, so what we did, first of all, we created a new pointer j, and j will vary from, so for example, j will take value 0, so 1, it will take value 2, it will take value 3, it will take value 4. Okay, and that's what we are going to do. So let me show you through the code. What I mean to say is, first of all, we have value equal to 3. Okay, now we start with j equal to 0. Initially we initialize a value j equal to 0. Then what we do for num in nums, okay, we iterate through each of the element inside this list. Okay, we are iterating through each of the element. Now if num is not equal to value, okay, if num is not equal to value, what I'm going to do is nums of j, okay, I will update equal to num. So what is happening, that for example, when initially so see, I'm parallelly modifying the list. So when it comes to 3, it will not enter the loop, right? It will exit it. But when it sees this, j's value still remains 0. Now what will happen, because this is not equal to 3, so what we are doing, we are saying that nums of 0 should become 2. So 2 will automatically become the first value of the list, and 3 will be replaced with 2. Okay, so this is what we are doing. And now after that, we will do j plus equal to 1. Okay, after this, what we need to do is, now if I just print nums, so let's see what all comes. 2 2 4 2 2 4 2 3, right? 2 2 4 2 3, and the last elements do not change, so we have to get rid of them. So all the elements shifted to the left, but this particular 3 will not change, of course. So what to get rid of them, what we will do is simply we will do nums, we will change update the nums. Okay, it should be equal to nums of till j. Okay, we have to update till j, because j is going till here only. J is varying from 0 1, so j value is how much, 1 2 3 4, so it will only go up to that point. Now if update, I'll get 2 2 4 2, and we will remove all the instances of 3. So this is what my result is. And if someone asks you just how to get the length, so the value of j will mean the length of the new list. Or you can also do length of nums. You can also do maybe length of nums to get the length value. Okay, so that's how we are going to do, and this is the question number 8. So we come to the question number 9. 9 says write a Python program to find the length of the longest substring. We have already discussed what is a substring, the continuous part substring without repeating characters. So what do they want is, for example, here we have A, B, C, okay, and A, B, C, A, B, C, B, B, okay. A, B, C, B, B. So this is the string. So for example, let's say I start from the first element. Okay, so A is a substring, A, B is a substring, A, B, C is a substring, right? But when I take A, B, C, A, I cannot have. So for example, this is my first substring A. Now if I will increase, I'll see A, B. Third will be A, B, C. Okay. Now fourth, A, B, C, A. That will not be a substring, right? So I will stop. So starting with A, I can only go till here. Now let's say I start with B. So B is a substring. Fifth will be BC is a substring. Sixth will be BCA is a substring. Now BCAB cannot be a substring, right? So I'll move to seventh now. I'll start with C. I'll go with A. I'll go with then B. Okay. Then I cannot have C. Okay. So similarly, then so that's how you have to proceed basically, right? You have to check all the continuous strings and especially ensure that no repetitive variable is present. So what is the architecture of this particular question? So the first step, what I will be doing, I'll do print all subarrays. Okay, I will print all the subarrays which are present. Okay, once I have done all the subarrays for each subarray, I will create a frequency table. Frequency will mean how many times a particular, for example, let's say this is A, B, C, A, B. I'll create it into a frequency table like A, B, C. A is appearing 2 times, B is appearing 2 times, C is appearing 1 time. So I'll create a frequency table. Then what I'll be doing, I'll filter those frequency table where max of value is equal to 1, correct? Because we don't want values with maximum value of 2. So we'll filter those particular subarrays where max value is 1, and out of those we'll find those subarray with maximum of length. So there are 4 steps. Print all the subarrays, then for each subarray create a frequency table, and then in each filter those subarrays in which maximum of frequency is 1 for any of the element, and out of the remaining subarrays again filter for the max of the length. So this is the whole architecture of the question. So let's go dive into the coding part. I will start coding it from let's create in a new workbook. Okay, so let's say I have this string is equal to, so what is the value? It is this. Okay, so let me just, okay, so this is my string. What am I having? So what is my step 1? So my step one is print all subarrays. Okay, step 2 will so let's do the step 1 first. Okay, so what is my step 1? So how to do this? We have done this earlier as well. So let's say this is the substring, okay, or you say subarray equal to, initially let's create a blank table. Okay, what you will do for I in range of length of s, okay, and for j in range of I plus 1 to length of s plus 1. Okay, and we did do this, and what we will do, subarray dot append we will do sub array plus dot append, and we have to create it in the form of a list. So I'll do s of I. It will start from I and it will go till j. Okay, so it has to go till j, and I did this. Now let me print all the subarrays. So we have got all the subarrays first of all. Now after getting all the subarrays, what is my step 2? Step 2 is create frequency table for each subarray. So we'll create a frequency table for each subarray. So what we'll do for sub in sub array, okay, so we'll create a frequency table like frec is equal to dictionary like this. Okay, we'll create it a blank table like this. Now what we need to do again, so now we need for character in sub, right? For each sub, for character in sub, how do we do that? If character in, if this character is present in frec table, okay, if character is present in frec table, what I will do, that frec of char plus equal to 1, right? Else what I will do, frec of, this method we have done earlier as well, lot of times, how to store frequency. Okay, so this much this much is okay. So here we have created all the frequency tables. Now what we need to do, we need to filter out those elements where things are unique. Okay, so what I will do, step 3, filter out unique, or you can say basically remove those ones where value is positive, so value is greater than. So what I'm doing here is that, let me just, for the indentation, I'm just checking it, it should be here. Okay, so if max of frec dot values, okay, is equal to 1, so what I will do, I have to store them. So what I will do, I'll create a, let's say, unique subarray equal to list. Okay, so if max of this is equal to this, so just to confirm, this is my step 3. Okay, this is my step 3. If max of this is equal to 1, what I will do, unique dot sub array unique underscore subarray dot append, and what we need to append here, if max of this is yeah, I will have to append this sub here, right? Because I'm checking sub, so I have to append the sub here. Okay, now let me check if I do print unique. So let me print this. Yeah, so I have to let's remove this print to check if I'm generating all. See, I've got all the unique subarrays, right? So this was my step 3. Now I will have to do the step 4. What is my step 4? Step 4 is find the subarray with max length. Okay, so how do we do that? Let's assume the longest substring equal to blank right now. Okay, that's how we generally do. And what is the max length of this? Max length is equal to 0 presently. Okay, now what we do for substring in unique subarray. Okay, for substring in this, if length of substring comes out to be greater than, if length of substring comes out to be greater than my max underscore length, what is my present value of max length, okay, then what will I do? I will do that max underscore length will become equal to length of substring, right? It will become length of, so I'll update my this value, and also longest will be equal to my substring. Okay, and now if I have to print longest, let's see what comes. So name substring is not defined. First substring in unique subarray. Okay, if length of wait a second, longest is equal to substring. No, so just let me cross check this particular part. For substring in this unique subarray, okay, max of length will be equal to length of, what is it saying? Substring not defined. Name substring. Okay, substring, sorry, my bad. Right, so I have ABC, right? And what is the length of this? Print max underscore length, it will give me 3, right? So when I run this particular part, and if I remove this particular thing, I will get ABC 3. So this is the maximum substring of length. And now let's check the question. Longest substring without repeating character is ABC, length 3. So this is how we solve this question in 4 steps. Okay, so step 1 is print all the subarrays, step 2 is create frequency table, step 3 is filter out the unique values, and step 4 is find the subarray with the maximum length. So now welcome to the last question, 10th question. Write a Python program to merge 2 arrays into a single sorted array. So we have to merge in a single sorted array. So why can't we do simply like this, that ARR is equal to ARR1 plus ARR2. Now if I print ARR is this. Now if I do ARR dot sort, and now let me print ARR. So I have got this thing, right? So we have sorted into a single sorted array. That's a very simple question. No need to think of creating multiple, I would say, multiple pointers and all that. This is I think this is a straightforward question. I'm just wondering if I'm doing it correctly. Python to merge 2 arrays into a single sorted array. So I merged them and I sorted them. I think it's good. Yeah. So you merged them and sorted them. And so this was the question number 10th. So I hope the explanations were clear in this particular set. I will say question number 9th is very good. Even question number 8th is good. 8th is good. 7th is 7th you should, I mean, you cannot miss at any case. And 6, so like the first half of the set was easy, second half of the set was complex, but it's good. I mean, you should know these are, I will say, medium level questions. These are not very advanced, these are medium level questions, and we don't need to touch. Point is, even if you can solve easy to medium range, that is fine for data roles, right? I'm just making you practice these difficult questions so that you understand at least this, you can at least solve the easy to medium questions. That is my whole objective. In interviews, you will never be asked the hard ones. You will only be asked easy to medium questions. So if you can at least do these basic parts, you are good to go. Okay, so thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe to our channel. I see that like you guys watch, but don't like, share, or comments. At least share some feedback regarding the video if you like my explanation. We also get some motivation, right? Because so that we try to get, because there are a lot of questions for which I need to create solutions. So if you can provide some feedback, it will be good for us. I'll also get to know if you're understanding or not. So thanks again for watching the video. Please complete the remaining sets as well. I'll try to bring video solutions to as many questions as possible. I'm not sure if I can do for 200, but I will definitely try for as much as possible. Still, if you don't understand anything, comment in the YouTube this section below, and I will maybe, or DM me, we'll try to discuss the solution. So thanks again for watching the video.